Bo, I'm sad to say that the only interview that we're talking about today was apparently an interview that was arranged between celebrities,
No, not celebrities.
notably Kim Kardashian, Orlando Bloom, and dozens of others with Dr. Anthony Fauci at the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic, where they asked him questions about the virus and how it was gonna spread and what they needed to do, and they talked about so much pee-pee.
I've forgotten about that. Forgotten about the old pee-pee.
Yeah, it was musicians and athletes.
The two flavors of celebrity, yeah.
The only people we can trust.
Yeah,
the only people we can trust. The only ones brave enough to go on Instagram Live. Twitter. Donald Trump won't go on Instagram Live. Joe Biden will go on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
They're losers.
Which is why he lost.
Joe Biden will have like a little waving hand on IG Live.
Yeah. And apparently, this is why all the celebrities were like wearing masks and posting about wearing masks and bullshit. Because they got an exclusive behind the scenes tour of how like the basics that we all needed to know.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm two ways of this. It's like, God, I hate celebrities and celebrity culture, but if anyone could have gotten like the United States public to be more like embrace like masks, it would have been like a football player or something.
If they had come out with a fucking graphic of like the Minions wearing masks, we would have wrapped this shit up by July.
We would have had
banana, but they're wearing a mask.
No, I mean it sucks that like there is a lot of like celebrity brain rot. I mean we love them. We still love them. California has had 2 movie stars as governors. Like it would have worked.
One is governor, one is governator.
I'm sorry, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, even like Jesse Ventura was governor at some point in like what?
Fuck yeah, he was, and like, I wrote him in. So watch your mouth.
See, we could have just gotten some celebrities to sort of like put the kibosh on this. I hate that. I hate that so much.
That would have worked for California. Like Texas definitely would have needed like the MLB, like all those Houston Astros commercials that they did.
Yeah,
with
it was
fucking like Clayton Kershaw or somebody.
Ryan.
Like
all those.
Put a mask on Nolan Ryan.
All the ones that they did for like HEB, if they just did those, but for masks instead.
I saw a guy get kicked out of HEB for not wearing a mask not too long ago.
How about that?
I mean, thank God someone's doing it.
So,
Walgreens doesn't give a shit. I went yesterday. Some guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was buying like 3 packs of cigarettes, so I understand that maybe
honestly, I don't think Corona could touch that guy. Yeah,
it's fine.
His lungs are way too emphysemaed over for Corona to even have a fucking chance.
They can't find purchase. Like the Corona, just like it just
nothing to grab onto.
Where is it going to land?
Yeah, no, he was buying Newports too, so.
Air in that dude's lungs is like a Bedouin tribe in the desert who's been navigating by the fucking stars for 1,000 years.
It just knows.
And Corona is fucking Lawrence of Arabia. It has no idea. All right.
Psychic Dolphin Garage.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode from the Psychic Dolphin Garage. I'm Zach.
I'm Bo.
And I'm Dennis.
And we have another fantastic guest with us this week. It is Brett from Street Fight Radio.
Hey, thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Hey.
Thanks for being on,
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for coming and giving us even a small, tiny smidge of attention.
No, I appreciate it. I don't get asked a lot to do stuff. I kind of have a mean exterior, but I'm glad you saw through that to invite me on.
I was going to say, we're going to make this real, like, oh, yes, this is a professional interview. Like, we haven't been just fucking shooting the shit for half an hour beforehand.
Yeah, after six very cautious messages and just carefully retweeting you as, like, every single moment possible, we discovered that you are in fact a sweetie and another wonderful comrade that we get to invite on and just have fun with on our dumbass podcast.
See, I love that that's how you like were able to get Brett, like, because I just sort of was like, I liked a bunch of his Instagram posts and laughed at his Instagram stories, and I'd be like, hey, you're gonna be in LA, I'll be there too, and he'll be like, all right. And then we got Doomies. Baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not that hard to get to, exactly. I mean, I'm very cheap.
He's not.
I'm like everyone else. But it has to be, an amount of likes that I respect. You know, you can't look like you're desperate.
Can't get like 3 likes and be like, hey, what's up?
I don't want to get blasted with likes from 2015 or something. You know, I don't want you to
No. So you gotta like the latest post.
Yep.
Because that's also always the most important one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's it. Just only like the latest posts.
And leave comments on the YouTube videos that they have up.
Like only scroll down like one like panel, and if something is cool and if it's genuinely cool, you like it.
Yep.
So thank you again for joining us today. Hopefully we get to. I don't think our show is nearly as interesting as y'all's like call-in stuff. But we do have some interesting stories to go on today because a lot is happening this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much is happening this week.
Like what, Zach? Like what's happening?
There's like...
What's going on, Zach?
There's like, I don't know. I mean, there's not much to talk about, honestly.
Yeah.
Everything is cope this week. Literally everything is cope. So we've tried. We're going to talk about cope at the end of this podcast, but we do have some other stories that we can bullshit about. The first one, of course, R.I.P. Alex Trebek, died this morning.
Yeah,
I believe. Interesting
surrounded
person.
By
his whole family. Yeah, another wonderful host. Whose footsteps we stick our tiny little baby feet into, and hope and pray that we are as funny or iconic, or that people even enjoy our show.
So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like I'm not too sad that he's gone. He was like a really big neocon. You know that, right?
Wait, yes! What's that?
Thank you.
Yeah. No, he was like weirdly American, even though he's Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Was Canadian. He's dead now, so he's not Canadian anymore.
What is small government?
No, but yeah, he was like a total like Reagan-style neocon.
Everybody knows who Alex Trebek is because he licked the right boots.
He means a lot. He does mean a lot to people because we spend our lives like wasting away in front of a TV trying to answer his questions. But yeah, he also was like, I think the Me Too movement is a pretty scary thing if you're a man, you know. So
yeah.
Well, I can't wait for some skeletons to come out of his closet.
I didn't plan to do this at all, but I just want to say if Dennis is going to go out on the line, I'll go with him.
No.
I will shit talk any fucking dumb dead celebrity yesterday, the day before they die. Fuck them. It doesn't matter. He's just some asshole. Like even if he was like a just dude on TV, fucking whatever, fine. It's like knowing now that he's an asshole, it is now retroactively funny that he's dead. Like it's great.
Also, shout out Vermin Supreme for the inevitable I beat Alex Trebek tweet.
Yeah,
well, Alex Trebek came out against Bashar al-Assad, and I mean, now you see what's happened.
Oh no! President Bashar?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, he seems like an all right guy. I just, I guess for me, when like I just saw people saying it was a tragedy and like they were so upset and like
he's so old guy.
Anybody over 70, I don't think it's like a tragedy. Even Eddie Van Halen, he lived like 4 lives. He lived like more lives than anybody else could live
because they literally like resuscitated him a couple times. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, and so
they for sure did.
And so I don't think that was I think that was amazing what he did because like I have 30 more years to go if I make it as him, and I didn't even I haven't done half the partying. So yeah, I mean that's a long ass fucking existence. I think I don't know. I don't want to try to trash the guy, but I just don't know. I don't know where. I don't know.
I mean, he died of pancreatic cancer, which like as soon as you there's no going back. As like my grandfather died of pancreatic cancer, and even despite being like I think he was like 72, he was like the kind of guy who was like still working in a workshop and like gardening every single day. Very active man, but like as soon as you find out you have pancreatic cancer, like 6 months later you are dead. So it's not really a tragedy. Like in a sense, like yes, that is a tragedy that we still haven't figured this one out. Thank you.
That may be more of a tragedy if he wasn't an asshole.
Yeah, but like we haven't figured out like how to like help people with pancreatic cancer, but that's thanks to our for-profit medical system here in the United States.
We probably won't for 100 years. Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I mean, a person didn't die of pancreatic cancer. A game show host died of pancreatic cancer.
Right.
So
So,
Oh, no.
but you know what? Jeopardy is an important show for a lot of people and their families because they're weird. But
I mean, if we consider like literally like the lottery, but on television, like to be important. Fuck Alex Trebek, fuck Sean Connery, and fuck Eddie Van Halen, I guess.
Oh, especially fuck Sean Connery. Like I'm
Sean
glad
Connery.
that motherfucker's dead.
For sure. I don't know how I don't know how he made it past. I don't know how everybody like sidestepped that.
Right.
I thought everybody knew. I mean, that Barbara Walters clip when he's talking about you got to smack a woman to shut her up. It's like, all right, guy. Well, yeah, I don't like you anymore. I don't fuck with that.
Yeah,
it was like in the middle of the women's lib movement too. Like it was like the height of people like knowing that you couldn't just say that anymore.
It's not like he was like it's not like it was fucking 1920 or something. Yeah,
he literally believed in a gentle kind of like correcting slap that you could apply to a woman to like correct her.
Sean Connery was 100% like a grab him by the pussy.
Oh yeah,
guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really sad that the "You're the Man Now" dog guy is passed away, but we got to confront his legacy. That one's for everybody who was on the internet in 2003.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the artist, but I love the art. I mean, I'm not going to give up. You're the man now, dog. Never. I don't know the relationship. Even for me, like I don't know. I don't know. I've been watching like Formula One more, and like all the drivers are their celebrities in their own way, and that's because their parents had a lot of money and paid for them to get the jobs. Basically, there's no hiding that like the kids are just the most privileged people in the world. A lot of them are really talented drivers, but you don't get there unless...
You don't get to become a talented driver if you're working overtime at fucking Wendy's.
Yeah, my mom didn't have time for kart lessons for me,
Yeah.
Yeah, driving isn't like a natural talent. It's not like, like singing or something.
Well, pushing the limit, I think it is.
I mean, yeah, but you're never gonna know until you get a fucking car.
True.
Until you get a Formula One race car.
Anyone can sing.
Anyone can sing in the shower. You're gonna sound great.
My education plan will put every child behind the wheel of a car to see if they're talented at going fast. That'll be a part of the curriculum.
That's why you gotta vote Brett.
Yeah.
I want to see how fast they can go.
Hopefully we go fast enough to outrun all of the the fans of System of a Down. I don't know where this is going. System of a Down is trending on YouTube. And we can't outrun the views that they're
Well,
getting.
I mean, it's a huge deal. Brian does the POD cast. It's been like more than a decade since they've done something. They have a very big riff in the band that like doesn't seem like it's going to be reconciled. Although eventually every band reconciles. But this is, I think this is really just the more Armenian genocide is the reason that is bringing them out for this time.
Yeah,
like was big enough to bring them out. It's huge. It is a huge deal. I mean, they're legends. Even because here's the thing is that, just real quick, as a new metal fan or someone that enjoys it, someone that saw Korn in January of this year, System of a Down is a band that like snooty people can say like, oh, it's actually like a symphony if you think about it.
It's super political.
It's very interesting what he's saying there, and so that's a snooty. People won't claim that they're new metal at all. I mean, they're
really, just as butt rock as anything else, though.
Yeah, they stir up emotions and they have that intensity, and it's a big deal. I mean, they definitely made a huge impact on music. So them making a new song is a gigantic deal for me, at least in my world.
Yeah. And whatever our beef with new metal may or may not be, their two songs are called "Protect the Land" and "Genocidal Humanoids." Humanoids with a Z, which
love it.
Kind of cringe, but okay.
No, I'm throwing my hat in the ring.
I mean, it fully is. Yeah, it fully is that sort of like mid 2000s sort of vibe that they continue to still have.
Oh, absolutely.
I think I like how it's like, just if that bothers you, do not listen to this. Like the K and the backwards R on Korn is like, if that bothers you, do not fucking listen to this. Like it's just
they're owning the aesthetic well enough on their own.
It's just saying,
like, are you here for it or are you not?
Exactly. I know this is what I'm doing. You have to be down with it. Don't otherwise it's not for you.
100%, and I can say that it is not for me.
So
I consider myself a humanoids.
I'm part of the humanoids race. There are two songs. System of a Down, more like "Bring the System Down." They've published these songs as a way to bring eyes onto the Azerbaijan and Turkey genocides that are happening.
Right.
It reads the current corrupt regimes of Aliyev in Azerbaijan and Erdogan in Turkey not only want to claim Artsakh and Armenia as their own, but are committing genocidal acts of impunity on humanity and wildlife to achieve their mission. They are banking on the world being too distracted to call out their atrocities. We're here to protect our land, to protect our culture, and to protect our nation. So,
right,
cool.
I mean,
good.
I mean, this also happens to coincide with a weird thing that happened in Beverly Hills earlier this week, where there was a Turkish restaurant called Cafe Istanbul or Istanbul Cafe that was apparently attacked by some Armenians, and the thing is, like, of course, like, the Turkish people are not the same thing as the Turkish government, especially if they're here in the United States. But weirdly enough, there's a sign on like these boarded up windows that say this attack was done by Armenian thugs or something like that. And I was like, okay, guys,
that's a good way to react.
You are really letting your hand show here.
Yeah, it's the investigating a local restaurant attack as a hate crime is the headline for that.
Mm-hmm.
Really interesting. I don't think we've ever had
big spray painting blacks rule on your own driveway energy.
Absolutely. I don't think we've ever had to like give like takes on Middle East, on this particular Middle East conflict that is ongoing, been happening for
over 100 years now.
Yeah. Or how the Kurdish-Turkish conflict isn't. I guess we talked about Rojava is involved in this, right? The YPG.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much happening. We're a dumb podcast.
I mean, to be fair, this area of the world has been in conflict for like nearly like over a century now. And the United States has done very little to acknowledge it in our education system. In California, I think we're one of the few states that actually recognizes the Armenian genocide because it's done by a state-by-state basis. In the United States, interestingly. Yeah, we like even then we don't really learn much about it here. You have to like know someone who's Armenian to really know anything about it. It's just something that like it is embroiled in a lot of just like 100 years worth of conflict through like the Ottoman Empire and then the USSR. We're not gonna do it in a single podcast, folks. It's gonna take some time. Don't worry.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good that these ostensibly, I think it's fair to just paint them as fascist regimes that are more than likely committing genocide.
Right.
I mean, Erdogan's Turkey's not great. We can say that much.
Yeah, I mean,
it's easy enough to say that.
but if you want to check out example 1. We have here the official account of Erdogan saying the racist and fascist approach that led to the death of George Floyd in the U.S. city of Minneapolis as a result of torture has not only deeply saddened all of us, but it has also become one of the most painful manifestations of the unjust order we stand against across the world.
Well, no, I take it back. He's a woke king.
Well, see, read the second tweet, because I have a thought.
The immediate response by black socialists in America? That's what's popping up for me.
Yeah, that's the response.
Shut the fuck up, fascist. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I think for me, like, it's a very personal issue, and when it comes down to it, System of a Down, I don't think they nailed it. I don't think they did enough to stop it. I don't think that their song was enough to stop this conflict.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't.
No,
it doesn't have the same energy. If they would have just redone like 1999 System of a Down right now, it would have been like, you know, Thor's hammer striking the ground. It would have
if
just
they
changed
released
everything.
Aerials in
Yes.
January of this year, we would be on the fucking moon by now, right?
Yeah. And genocidal humanoids, you know, it just leans on the Z too much. It does. The Z, the Z was the hook that got my cheek and dragged me in, and I don't think it's heavy enough compared to what they've done before. It's very baseline SOAD.
Yeah. Also, I'm sure nobody was wondering this, but Amon Amarth did a cover of Aerials in 2011.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
gonna give this
a
listen.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Right after this podcast, wink. Don't mind that I'm quiet for the next 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
I did listen to the song, and I gotta say, if you want to get like the YouTube meme magic going, you have like a gent, there's just like a gent like interlude in the middle of this. Which would be, you know, which would be ideal, which would, I think, in my mind, improve the song. I'm not into butt rock, I'm more into metalcore, so
okay.
That is why I believe that a gent interlude would improve this song.
Oh yeah.
So Zach, for people who have had sex, what's the difference between those genres?
Oh, okay. So gent is just when you have your guitar down tuned like 4 octaves at least. And you just like, and you just hit it really hard, and then you like, and then you're like alternating like palm mutes, and you're like, bum 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 bum.
And it goes,
this is the sound of my aneurysm, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, this podcast is actively killing brain cells.
Yeah, gent is when you listen to music and you just imagine like notes flying through the sky and like you're conducting and all of this, and it's very intensely complicated. Like you're seeing fractals as usually when you're listening to Meshuggah or Animals as Leaders.
Now that I can get into, yeah. Joe Rogan core, if you will, yeah.
Because you're actively on a shitload of acid and it sounds really amazing, but you're just playing like your E string like dong, dong, and that's all you're doing. Another good thing. Here's example 2, which I really dare y'all to refute this. That Erdogan threatens to recognize the genocide of Native Americans. The Turkish
also, I'm pretty sure it's not
threatened.
pronounced Erdogan.
It's Erdogan.
Okay.
Whatever. Here in Texas, which is like basically Turkey because they start with the same letter.
Yeah, it's La Quinta.
Y'all definitely have like a Constantinople or Istanbul.
La Quinta
in Texas.
You mean?
It's San Jacinto, all right?
San Jacinto.
I'm not going to say it twice.
I mean, you all do say Amarillo.
El Paso, whatever.
I think you mean El Queso.
Fort Worth. I don't fucking care.
Fartworth.
Yeah, Fartworth, because fuck Fort Worth. God damn.
I love that Erdogan, like, is threatening to, what day was this tweet? Because I need to be
okay.
This is December 18th. Well, the article's December 18th, 2019.
The George Floyd tweet was May 28th of this year. This genocide recognition was December 18th of last year.
Okay, I wonder, does this, because Erdogan and his administration was like under a microscope with the killing of Khashoggi. I wonder if like any of this had to do with the fact that
Just
people were
maybe
maybe people were investigating When was this investigation? October 19th. Let's. Oh, I don't.
This is
see
real-time
anything.
research.
Yeah, this was in 2018. Okay, so but like so no, the timelines aren't lining up. I guess he was just, but weirdly enough too, Trump had a lot of dealings in Turkey that didn't really go through because he became the president, and you can't make money like at least openly while being president. So there was supposed to be like a Trump Tower opened or a Trump hotel opened in Istanbul.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that's why, despite it being like, you would think these two would be real buddy. I don't think it like really worked out very well between them because they weren't able to sign any deal.
Alas.
No, it's all too bad.
I think it's got to be said too, coming for the U.S. as like an example of like, oh, this is a, they must be impeached for their genocide. It's like, that's a low bar, buddy. Like,
yeah,
it's really like, yeah, we're pretty obviously dog shit. That's not some great insight or anything.
I mean, I know, but I think a lot of if anything, a lot of like Latin American countries have every right to like maybe start threatening this sort of recognition of a Native American.
No, absolutely, and by all means they should. But I think coming from across the pond, so to speak.
Yeah, from Erdogan, that is like that is a pretty rich statement.
Yeah.
I mean, the least that we could do is have System of a Down usurp these positions and also recognize the genocide of the Native Americans and recognize that recognize George Floyd's murder. State-sanctioned murder is terrible for the for the continued the future of the American project. I feel like that's the least that we can do. Yeah. Or are those just fascist positions now because a fascist said them?
Damn. Really got me thinking there.
Damn.
I'm gonna go.
I have to do a hard big think about this, man.
I have to go post an r/neoliberal real fast. I will be right back.
Right after I listen to the Amon Amarth cover of Ariel's like 4 more times, I might be able to synthesize an opinion on this.
System of a Down. You got real close. You got very close. I think we're still gonna listen to you. Because obviously we listened to all of your songs as children, and so it's like, what am I supposed to do? Not listen to the latest song that they put out?
You earned my respect.
Exactly. And you're spending it. You're spending that social capital pretty well.
Yeah, 15-year hiatus, and it is. I mean, it should be supporting, the Armenian people in this stuff. Like, it's good to raise awareness for it. There's like, it is like it doesn't. It exists. It doesn't exist. There's. I have a friend, an online friend, and a listener friend. That have 2 people that are Armenian, and have this whole history of things that like mostly goes ignored in pop culture and history. Our celebrities aren't fucking talking about this shit, And
exactly.
Kim K is
and the ones who do talk about it suck. It's the Kardashians.
Right.
Great. Just what I wanted Kim to post on her Instagram. Another post about the Armenian genocide. Give it a rest, Kim.
Well, Kim K did give a $1 million to Armenia fund for the conflict with Azerbaijan. So should come out of her pocket for it.
Mm-hmm. And $1 million is a lot. Like that can go towards quite a bit.
Yeah, I can stretch that.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It is not a lot for her.
I gotta say, the Kim Kardashian, after doing the whole like prison reform thing, which was not super effective, but like she tried. And now this, it's like, they're trying. It's just, I feel like maybe there's some sort of material condition or class analysis that is preventing them from being effective. Maybe some other smarter podcast would be able to tell us what that is. Anyways,
well, that's the thing. Which again, I'm very glad that this is being enacted democratically from the bottom up by the people of the United States, right?
Yep.
And not through some weird sense of noblesse oblige that fucking one celebrity just happened to feel like helping out. And there aren't, a million other fucking rich people, Alex Trebek, for instance, who are fucking psychos, Chris Pratt, fucking whatever recent dipshits come out.
Mr. Rogers. Trump. Mr. Rogers, lifelong Republican Mr. Rogers. Fuck his
shit. Seriously.
I mean,
which nice guy, lovely man, but when it came to the vote, we know where he stands.
You're gonna fucking tell me like Barney the dinosaur is a fucking Proud Boy or something next? Like, he's breaking my heart here. Miss Frizzle's a libertarian.
Absolutely.
Like
she did not respect a single fucking regulation.
Oh yeah. She's just renegade.
Yeah.
Feral.
Holy shit. Something that's driving me feral is reading up on this GameStop employee contest. First of all, their contest is asking employees to perform a synchronized TikTok dance, which
is already fuck you. That's terrible. Come on.
We have self-respect. Like, at least let your employees have that much.
And I mean, just to behind the scenes thing, I mean, for an advertising campaign, if you want to buy your way onto the TV, I mean, you're spending a couple $100,000, you're hiring actors, you're doing all this stuff. Social media has allowed it to degrade to the point where it's like, we can just get like the best dancer that works at one of our shops to make a TikTok. That's the ad. That's the fucking ad. I just saw a Best Buy woman dancing and pointing at fucking speech bubbles and shit, walking down the aisle of Best Buy, talking about the stuff they do. I'm sure that
and it's fun.
She probably
it's fun.
Yeah, she got to run around the store with like a shopping cart for 90 seconds and grab whatever she wanted, which is like she would have got $10,000-$20,000 a decade ago.
Yeah. I mean, now, flat screen 4K TVs are like $400. It's not even worth it.
Give them. Yeah, that's like, oh, you can just have that if you want. It's like, really?
Yeah. It's a piece of shit. They'll break in a year. Have it. It's yours.
We have an old 3D TV you can have.
Oh yeah, the 3D TV, the one that's left it's the one in the state that's left. Yeah, I block so many brands on our Twitter every time I scroll because I hate seeing like their stupid TikTok advertisement. And that's absolutely what this is supposed to be. But what's worse is not that they were open and, saying like we're basically using your labor and your content for our company to profit off of. And then pay you a fraction of what we make.
Pay you your same fucking wage, yeah.
Yeah, it's the prizes. The prize was not, run around the store, grab as many games as you can. The prize...
Grab as many PS5s as you can get.
The prizes that they had for this challenge were you would receive an Echo 8, which sucks. An Echo Auto sucks kind of less.
Wow.
You get to put it in your car. A $100 Visa gift card, obviously the first place reward.
Probably just a re-gift. That's probably the CEO got that as a gift and was like, I'm going to tuck that for a contest instead.
Jeez. All of these were gifts that the CEO got for Christmas. The last one is the worst one. It was 10 additional labor hours to use during Black Friday week.
Whoa.
No, I don't want to work Black Friday week.
How do you use labor hours? Is there not time off anymore? What does that mean?
No, it's a privilege for you to work for us on the shittiest fucking, week of the month or week of the year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is you get to say you want to work 10 extra hours and you can use them during the Black Friday week.
Oh, God.
This is not like, this
time
is 10
off?
free hours that you can apply anywhere you want.
Yeah, this isn't paid vacation you get during Black Friday week.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Are you sure?
Is an actual prize?
How is that a prize?
Yeah.
I mean, it's GameStop, first of all. We've known GameStop is fucking insane for years.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, they've got to be fucking desperate. Like, they were desperate before COVID. Like, now I can't fucking imagine how bad they must be, Well,
I worked at a toy store as a teen and did the video game case and all that stuff. And the people would just go wild. And they demanded so much out of us. Like, it was just never ending. And it would just be like, hey, we got hot chocolate for the gang. Everybody grab a hot chocolate. And there's marshmallows too, man. There's accoutrements. Like, we went all out for you.
Once in the 5 years you work here.
Accoutrements. That's absolutely. Fuck. Yeah, the pizza party, like that's what the OT 101 training is for the IWW. It's, hey, remember, they're gonna give you a pizza party.
Yeah,
don't fall for the pizza party.
No skin off their
fall
back.
For the pizza party.
I mean, I remember working at GameStop for Black Friday. I had a seasonal position there. It was interesting to say the least. There was at least 50 people in this store that really is only as big as like a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yep.
People were like, it was basically nonstop, like shuffling through that weird black case that we have of just like, discs and things. And this was like shortly after the Wii came out, and people were still like clamoring for a Wii. Like they needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was bloodthirsty.
I don't know how to feel about it. But I only like physical games. I hate digital purchases. It's the most sucker ass thing in the world to pay $60 for a digital game. My God, Brian bought fucking Luigi's Mansion 3 for $60 digitally, and I was like, why did you do that? And he's like, well, because we want to play. We're gonna play. I was like, but you can at least sell it or let me borrow it, because then his brother bought it $60 digitally, and then I had to rent it from GameFly, so I spent like $18, and I knew no one would like fucking Luigi's Mansion 3, and it's
not even like the best Luigi's Mansion.
It's a 5-hour game. It's nothing. Yeah. It's not going to. It's a fun thing to do for family night one time, but you're not going to go back to it. And somehow they've got $150 out of everybody. When if somebody would have just bought one $60 game and traded it amongst us, we could have avoided all of that.
What do you think about the fucking Mario game re-releases that are like limited time? So after I think like March 30th or something, the fucking big air quotes here, remasters of Mario Sunshine, Galaxy, and 64 aren't going to be available anymore.
I don't know. I honestly live like one cycle behind. I have a PS3. I'm waiting for somebody that I know is getting rid of a PS4, and then I'll get started on that. Like I do used games. Like I spend $10 to $20 on used games, and I like stuff that like lasts. My Switch, I guess, is the most that I've been into gaming recently, and I did do the GameFly thing for COVID, and so I have like played some other games. I'm playing this really weird game, Astral Chain, right now.
Oh, Astral Chain's weird. You have to like use literally every single button.
It's I mean, it sucks because like every game and it's a police game, but there's like your demon police. Basically, as a police officer, you capture a demon. It's on a chain, and then you shoot it out from your wrist, kind of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stand style, like. And so you're running around. Your left stick is your police officer. Your right stick is your demon, and you have to like. I mean, it's really fun. It's interesting. I like it. I thought it was good. I think it's a good game so far. I'm gonna beat it.
It's pretty weird, but it's a good game.
Yeah, I recommend it as a rent for sure. I wouldn't pay $60, but as a rental, I think it's great.
Yeah, never fucking pay $60 for a video game. It's got to be a real goddamn. That game better like clean my room for me if it's a $60 fucking video game. Goddamn.
I don't know. The Destiny expansion is $60 right
Oh,
now.
the Destiny expansion $60. You already paid for the game, Zach.
I mean, I think
it's an expansion pack, man.
I think if you know you're going to get a lot of time, if you pay $60 for a game that you get $100 out of, or 100 hours out of,
I see him on Steam booting it up now.
I have more playtime in Destiny than I have in Factorio, and Factorio is only $30. It's like very close, so I've gotten a better deal out of Factorio than Destiny for sure.
I really want that Pikmin 3, but I know if I buy it, I'm going to get like 10 hours out of it, and I don't think I'm going to go back. And it's also...
that's how Nintendo fucking gets you.
It's it is another it's a redo of an old game, and they keep reselling me the same thing, but... my dad got me addicted to it when I was like 4 years old. There's a picture of me as a kid with a bowl cut holding a Nintendo controller. And whatever Nintendo fucking does, I really just show up and pay for it. I get, everybody has their own thing. It works for me, but it is.
I'm definitely in the same boat, specifically with Nintendo games. I think I will get Pikmin 3, but I spent so much time playing Pikmin before. I think that having it on the new, I played the demo and it was great. So
yeah,
but I'm gonna wait until like I don't know, I get like a gift card or something.
I'll fucking cut out the middleman and suck Shigeru Miyamoto dry myself. Goddamn.
Get his little Pikmin.
I'm pretty sure that's just like that's number one on the list for all of us.
So here's a weird video, just real quick, a weird video game position I'm in. So do you know the Taiko drum game, Taiko no Densetsu?
Oh yeah. Yep.
So it went on sale for like 70% off. It went from 60 down to like 20 or 18 or something earlier this year. But I'm still waiting to find the drum at the right price. So I have the game ready to go.
You have to import it.
And I'm like stalking this drum and figuring out how to get it. There's a local place that has a knockoff drum, which I think I can put up with, but I also have
it's not the same.
Natalie D from the Garbage Brain University podcast lives in Columbus, so we're good friends and do birthday parties and grill together and all that. And she imported the Hori drum from Japan, and she swears it's like the best way to do it, but I just can't bring myself to spend that much money.
I did it too. I imported it, but I got it before it was announced that it was going to be in the U.S. at all. So when I found out that it was in the U.S., I was like a little disappointed, but now I got this cool drum.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's it's such a great game.
Has one for like $45, and buying a like customized like Bo, you're like complaining about me, paying for expansion content, but like buying a separate controller for one game.
Yeah.
Is so, but
that's what I mean.
I appreciate that y'all enjoy the game, but what the fuck?
It's the same.
They really fucked up not milking that Guitar Hero trend more.
That's true.
Here. I'm Beat Mania. I was back on like all of those message boards way early. I used to drive far away to go do DDR and Poppin' Music and Para Paradise and all that stuff.
Fuck yeah.
I really love that stuff. And so, yeah, I guess break down the time, like a JRPG that takes 100 hours is a good deal if you pay $60. I'm not going to spend $100 on it. But like beating on that drum is something that I will do for a very long time. It'll be cheaper than a movie by the time I'm done.
And Brett, they're even coming out with an RPG sort of like Taiko Drum Master game.
I figured that's why they put the first one on sale, was to kind of build a bigger user base for the new the RPG.
Because it's been like since
the first one's free.
It's been like over a decade
PS2.
since it was a Taiko Drum Master game.
Yeah, PS2 was the one. I remember inviting people over and handing the sticks to them and be like, I don't get it. And then like 7 hours later, we'd be all sweaty and being like, this is the best game.
Yeah, it is the game to play at the Japanese arcade around here. Well, that did exist. It's probably not going to be around anymore.
Oh no!
All the small businesses that are just
ads.
failing.
No, this is actually a huge Japanese chain. It's not a small business.
Oh, Jesus.
Donkey Konga could make a huge comeback too. That would be gigantic, I think.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh yes.
Because they had all they like the Blink-182. They had all the classical music. They really had a good selection.
Oh yeah, Komava was on there for some reason.
Oh yes. Boop boop boop.
Yeah.
Boop. Yep.
And I mean, fucking everybody's got a bunch of pent up stress right now. Like, just imagine a game where you just smack the shit out of some bongos.
Yes.
I think that'd do
Imagine
well.
the TikToks of Grandpa falling over in his recliner because he hit the drum too hard.
It writes itself. GameStop, hire us to make your TikToks.
Yeah, GameStop, just go out of business and give us the money, because a fucking physical game store, fuck you.
And all the games. First of all,
I'm just going to order my game in physical form.
The only problem with digital games right now is that you have to pay so much money for the storage space. And all the games are so big. I need a 4 terabyte hard drive.
Well, you don't own your shit.
Well, yeah, that too. But
but that was the obvious one, Bo. Duh.
Oh, wow.
We have in Columbus, we have you can rent video games from the library. Is that the case in your area?
Oh yeah. I've seen that before.
I use that a lot.
Checked the Austin library since I moved, but
it's very slow.
I've seen it around.
And they also have ebooks, and I imagine they could give you like an e-rental too. They give you like an electronic download, I'm sure.
There's a whole thing about some guy who has too much money that wants to stop them from renting ebooks. It's like it was a story about like some publishing house wants to stop them from doing that because they don't want people to get used to the get used to the system of being able to just go to their library and rent an ebook instead of buying the book outright.
Right. Go to
as if that wasn't like that. Honestly, was like a big issue with libraries way back in the day too. So it's great that we're just repeating history.
Yeah, they're just concerned. They're like, wait, they could be spending money instead. Like they're going to a website and saying, I want a book, and they get it. It's the same with the drum, man. It's like how often are people using that drum? Not very often. If they would just let me have it for the weekend, I'll give it back, and then maybe in a month from now, I'll get the fucking itch again.
I'll UPS ship this one over to you. I'll let you borrow it.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
Because my neighbors will get pissed, but I live in a tiny apartment.
Yeah, there's a tool library near me that I applied to join the membership, but I still haven't gone there yet.
I wish libraries were more socialist.
Yeah,
we need much more socialism now than we've ever needed before. Yeah, and it's really unfortunate that like as we get into Pirate Bay is like the best form of that stuff still, because it allows people to access all these things that we just wouldn't have access to if we had to buy $15 paperbacks on Amazon.
And Pikmin 3 was made, and the bonuses were paid, and the taxes were paid, and it's done for. Like, it's public domain. What the fuck does it? Why do we have to fire up new carts? Why does another couple $1 million need to be spent on this fucking game or on the next release that's just going to be a re-release? They have all the, you spend some time to update the graphics and stuff. I understand there's a budget behind that, but for a lot of this stuff, it's really they're reprocessing it, for a new system or just porting it over, and I don't think it warrants like a full release price.
Well, yeah, but they're gonna if they think they can get away with it, they're gonna fucking do it.
It works.
Yeah.
People get older. New people need to get introduced to someone else hasn't already paid $60 for Pikmin 3, so they're not as mad that they have to pay $60 again, I guess.
We don't even look at porn on our computer anymore. We look at it on our phone? Huh?
Phone
Pornhub, Xtube. I know these names better than I know my own grandmother's. I'm sorry. I watched I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson again over the weekend, and I'm
oh my God,
quoting it
I was
every chance I can get because I'm an asshole.
I was wondering what copy pasta this is.
YouPorn, XXN, RedTube, panty jobs, homegrown Simpsons stuff. Right, that's the rest of that.
Yeah, kids these days will never know the thrill of getting on the family computer in the living room and watching porn on the family computer. That's what life was about.
No, I don't think that's the takeaway, but sure.
Beating off with one ear.
Oh, that's
open.
That's not what really excited you guys about it, huh?
Nope, not quite. No. Well,
no.
I think we'll sort this out maybe some other time. I think maybe this is something that needs to be plumbed more in depth here. Maybe with a licensed professional, Zach.
Yikes. You know what? The day that Joe Biden makes access to healthcare a real thing, I'll be able to get therapy. So
yeah, that therapy you need for so you don't spend all your money on hentai anymore. Yeah.
Exactly. Really hoping to cash in on that access to healthcare bullshit that they were talking about. So.
Because my hentai bill's through the fucking roof. God damn.
The fucking drill tweet, and it's $3,000 on hentai. Yeah. So I mean, the rest of this week has just been cope. It's all cope. Everything is cope after Joe Biden has been declared the winner by the media arm of the Socialist Party of the United States. I speak, of course, of the Democrats.
Yep. Obviously.
Yeah. And it's just liberals like going into spaces where we've been protesting all summer and celebrating by stomping on Cheetos in the street because
normal.
There's not a Cheeto in the White House anymore.
There's not a Cheeto in the White House anymore.
Thank God.
It's a smooth vanilla ice cream in the house now. That's what we're doing.
Oh my God.
Very smooth.
The Joe Biden
100% Malarkey free.
The Joe Biden memes are all like his his sunglasses, and ice cream, and that's it. And I've been searching r/neoliberal for like more cope, and that's all that it is. It's just I won. That's the takeaway. Is
deal with
that everything's better.
It's deal with it with a ice cream cone. Added onto it.
Yeah, it's a stale fucking meme. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's even Zed, the producer, electronic artist and millionaire, like did the Twitter post where it's like, we got a buff today, racism minus 100%.
Great. Let's roll the dice because that's never worked out.
Yep. all the arguments about like you know, and you know what? I blame Rahul for I blame friend of the podcast Rahul for voting for Trump. I understand why Rahul did. I don't actually blame Rahul. You know, it might be a little bit easier to organize under Joe Biden because, you know, there aren't active like fascists posting the 14 words and then writing our foreign policy. But that does not mean that it's going to, you know, that it's going to be much easier to win. Like we've already heard all the Nancy Pelosi's talking about how progressive ideas lost them all these races, even though even though literally every candidate that ran on Medicare for All won. I'm reading every, but I can't confirm that. So, you know, I shouldn't say every candidate, but a majority of the candidates that ran on Medicare for All won their races. That should mean something.
I mean, the instinct for anyone who's not a fucking wonk should be like, hey, like, what is a more effective campaign? You know, spending $500 million on TV ads that nobody's gonna see, or, you know, meeting people where they are and providing for their needs. I don't know, guys.
But everyone watches TV. Nobody listens to podcasts, Bo.
Ah, I see.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I think I was more prepared for Trump to win again. And it took, like, really fucked me up that Joe Biden won, and the celebration just really sent me into a hole. I had to take a whole day off. I just, like, these people being happy is just going to be more of the same. Like, their idea is just civility, and like you said, hey, it doesn't look so bad up there anymore, you know? I hate being negative about it, but I just feel like I've already lived through this shit. I've already seen these people be, you know, on their A game. I guess we have made some progress, but it's not going to be with any help from the Democratic Party. They didn't reach out an olive branch at all from this. They didn't learn a lesson. They just were like, we did it. That's all that matters.
Yep.
Which
which is great because we're recording this podcast from brunch. We've got our fucking mimosa pitchers here. We're vibing, you know.
I'm so lit right now. I'm loving it.
I got my fucking $20 plate of eggs Benedict that, like, you know, could maybe, like, I don't know, feed a small dog, perhaps.
For some reason, it's only one egg, even though the dish is called Eggs Benedict.
Yeah.
So
they gave me like half an egg here.
It's in a champagne flute.
Okay, actually, that kind of circles around to being great.
I was gonna say you're in Austin. It came deconstructed in a
ball jar.
Mason jar.
Yeah, mason jar. Fuck, you're absolutely
howdy,
right.
partner. Have a thick drink of
Eggs Benedict.
Yeah.
Choking down my Eggs Benedict shake for breakfast before I go to brunch.
Sounds healthy.
With a slider on top.
The thing from Rocky, you know?
Yeah.
Just drinking eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting.
Has anyone actually ever done that? Because
absolutely.
My sister was doing that for a little bit.
I'll do it right now. Fuck you.
She got salmonella and died?
No, she was doing it with egg white, like the boxed egg white. So it's already.
Oh, like
that's
smoothie mix?
So much worse.
But because it's like pasteurized.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, I don't have to worry about salmonella. But it was like, but you have to worry about it being like a booger that you're drinking.
Yeah, it's gross though.
Oh God, that is terrible.
Yeah, my sister's really into fad diets and also tried to get me to sign a petition to recall Gavin Newsom. So I was like, no.
Cool.
No, baby, I don't like Gavin Newsom, but this ain't it.
No, this ain't it. No.
Yep.
Because I don't know what the guy. I keep thinking that his name is Tim Allen. I was like, there's no way that his name is Tim Allen. But the guy who wants to the Republican who wants to replace Gavin Newsom, something like that.
Please be Tim Allen. Please be Tim Allen.
Ugh, I wish.
We need more.
Then I would sign it.
If it was Tim Allen versus Hunter Biden in the next election, that'd be the two like cocaine line ripping, like just fucking off their rocker. I would. You know what? What I'm saying is that's what I want it to be. I want it to be Tim Allen versus Hunter Biden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want my president to do coke.
Exactly.
Yeah, just zoot it out of their fucking mind.
I want them to like do it as obviously as Donald Trump Jr. was doing it.
Yeah,
I think, but there needs to be Dare needs to be changed to like allow people to do crack, because that's a problem. Is that's like much maligned, but it's just smokable cocaine. But we were all told that it's like worse, but it's actually like a new and improved version of cocaine.
Yeah, it's more efficient.
It's new coke. You know, in the
drugs
80s
are rad education in every school.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the Psychic Dolphin line. That's the new mass line in the Psychic Dolphin.
Come on into the garage, learn about drugs, kids.
Hell yeah,
that's what we say.
Well,
that's how we round out every podcast.
Yes, and so if you've made it this far, you're a true comrade. Thanks for sticking around. Shout out to all of our patrons, especially Scott for contributing to our dialectical tier, Spencer, Knott, Thomas, and Tim for contributing to our Devil's Advocate tier, and all of our other patrons who keep the show running. We appreciate y'all so much, especially during a pandemic when people are losing their jobs. Your support means more and
more by the day.
Thank you. Let us know how you liked our latest Patreon exclusive episode, which is still the same one from last week because we have not edited this week's yet. If you want to support us putting out our episodes late, you can do that for $5 a month, or for now we have our $1 a month tier. It can access all of our content. That way you can spend those extra $4 on a bail fund. So with that being said, Brett, thank you again for coming on. Tell us and tell our audience what you're working on, what you want people to go check out, and what content you want them to leave reviews for.
Well, just check out the show if you want. We live stream it. It's also a podcast. It's Street Fight Radio. We've been around for almost a decade now. And look it up. We're working on Means TV right now. I'm part of the board for Means TV as well. It's a streaming service that has all kinds of socialist documentaries and content, including Means Morning News, and now the Southpaw Sports show is happening once a week as well. And we're going to do like a sketch variety show that'll be launching sometime in early 2021 that we're going to be filming soon. But just Google Street Fight Radio and see what you find. We're like everywhere. I try to be.
That's SEO, baby. That's SEO right there.
Hell yeah. Street Fight Radio is great. Like we said, I think we mentioned on the on the Patreon episode, but we did follow their live show stuff that they did last year closely, because we simp Minion Death Cult, and anybody that does stuff with Minion Death Cult we also watch. Check out all of our content. We do have these regular episodes, bonus episodes on Friday, Patreon episodes. We stream Tuesday and Friday. And we stream on Mondays with our little network. Street Fight has Means TV, and all the wonderful creators that go with it. We are part of the Not Safe Media efforts to have Southern U.S. content creators.
Yeah, we're trying to create some competition with you all because it's important in a market.
Exactly.
Can I say Minion Death Cult were great too to travel with? Like they're wonderful. Alexander, actual union worker. Tony, actual activist. So they are really doing the damn thing, and I love their show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool shit.
Yeah, we love them. I'm trying to get Tony to come on to one of our streams now. We love we've recorded a couple episodes, then we love every minute that we get to spend with those fellas. So I'm glad that the circle of parasocial relationships that have been created with Minion Death Cult also include Street Fight, because those boys deserve it.
They do.
Thank
they deserve the world.
So so thanks again for coming on, Brett. This has been just a lot of fucking fun, and hopefully we'll get maybe we'll get Brian on, maybe we'll get both of you on. I mean that's the dream, right?
Yeah, I think so. The double team. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I got to go take 3 hours of calls soon.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, have fun with all that, and I'll also of course send you all this as soon as we get it published, so that you can listen back and tell me how well or how badly I've chopped everything, chopped and screwed the whole episode, and
just tell us to not release the episode because you're like, no, this is bad.
Thought it was great.
I mean, we are a Houston podcast, technically speaking, so chopping and screwing it would not be inappropriate.
Exactly. So, but to everyone out there, we will see y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Howdy, y'all. Don't forget to follow our link tree in the show notes to discover new things like our Discord, social media platforms, and all the places where you can listen to our podcast. Word of mouth is the best way to introduce us and other leftist creators to friends, family, coworkers, your AA buddies. Community is about more than hot takes online. And if you want to support our efforts, you can donate to us at patreon.com/psychicdolphingarage, which is spelled how it sounds. Hope to see you on the stream tonight. Enjoy this music by JJ Demon.
How the fuck I still got a full head of hair? Not a single gray. Fuck the cops, family first, every single day. Bringing a charm when I ring the alarm. My arms got a box cutter insignia. We gotta abolish ice, abolish it. No need to apologize, the Holocaust apologists. For no reason we colonized the land and put up monuments. Dope needles, dollar signs, the globe stands and astonished. I hope there'll be a punishment. I really wanna get bloody. I really wanna stand in judgment of anybody taking money from anybody in the struggle. Anybody on a budget. Poor people getting 10 to 20 for some dumb shit. Corporations incorporating a bloodlet. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words, this coup will not be bloodless. Mark my fucking words.